just Kyia. Well, not just Kyia anymore. These are the ones that's at my feet all the time and just trying. And Brownie today, this is Brown. He has his own channel. This is Brownie. And this is Layla, aka Chunky Monkey. This is her first time. She's kind of shy, actually. She doesn't really, but Brownie's a ham dog. Okay, so anywho, Layla, Laila, aka Chunky Monkey. She's a little Maltese. She just as chunky as could be. This is Brown, Mr. Brown. And yeah, and he has his own channel. And yeah, okay, so anyway, woo, 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 woo. Okay, we gotta figure this out. Okay. So, my real life, according to me, just Kyia. Jusskyaa. Woo, woo. Okay, so in episode 1, you guys met FICA, my nephew, but I ain't got no brothers and sisters, and Uncle Sam. I ain't got no Samuel. I don't have no black people that I know of. I probably do, but I don't know of them. Uncle Sam, but Uncle Sam, he requires a lot. So I'm not going to go more into that. So at this point, I will go back to, okay, I moved to Torrance, California, and I expressed to you guys what happened there and the amazement of that. So now I'm in my 2-bedroom, my 2-bath, all on my own in Torrance, California. And I am working at UCLA Medical Center, Westwood, which on a good day, say you go there at 1 o'clock in the morning and you hop on that 405 and you shoot straight up there, it might take you 25 minutes. Okay, let's say 30 at the most. Actually, I really think I clocked it. It's like 25 minutes. Anytime outside of that, to go up that 405 to head up to Westwood UCLA Medical Center to work where I work 7P to 7A because we went to the 12-hour shift, that drive was minimum of an hour and 10-15 minutes. Minimum. Depending on if you would catch it on a good day or not, then it could be 2 hours. It doesn't matter. Ain't that crazy? So anyway, okay, just throwing that out there. Okay, so me at this time, I graduated, took the job. Amen. Thank you. Well, received, was blessed with this job. Thank you. And me and my mother were forging and getting our relationship, amends back together and trying this. And in her own way, she's letting me know that she's proud of me. Not that I can recall ever said it vocally. Okay, but amen. This is my mother, and maybe she never got it. Okay, so, and then I graduate in what was it? June? No, it was May back then. Graduate May 20th, 2002. And working under my IP license, because remember, you could go to work before you even challenge and take the state board. So of course, amen. I need to make some money. Sister struggling. Me struggling. Muy. Not poquito, muy grande. Too much. Struggling. So I go and I work under my IP license, and then you get like 3 months. I'm not sure how long you really got with it, but okay. So I'm working on. Remember, I took the job on cardiothoracic ICU unit at UCLA, which is a teaching hospital. Which amazing. Which also I received. An opportunity to get my NP license, but I'm gonna bring that up later because you're not gonna believe how I got there and with who. And okay, good, thank you, Brownie. And then so yeah, okay. So at this time, I'm getting comfortable living by myself, and so I'm getting comfortable living by my. I laugh because I'm looking at Layla. She might be taking all my attention. I might not. Y'all might not even be listening to me. Y'all might be just looking at this cute little chunky monkey's face. She might be a distraction. I might need to do that. We gonna see how this episode go. Brown then went back down there. And Layla with her cute little self, I don't know, that might be a distraction, but amen, we gonna see where it goes. Okay, so I'm living. I mean, I'm living there in Torrance. I'm working at UCLA, and then of course I put off taking the state board as long as possible. I need to make some money. I've been in school and I done all this stuff, and of course, if I can work under my IP license, I need to make this money. So I did schedule my testing for the state board to the very last minute. I mean, I probably had 2 weeks left. Remember, I've never studied. I just listen to the lecture. I just take it in. So essentially, I mean, if I'm interacting, I get it. But I've never sat down and just like study and like try to cram things. That's never been my style to learn. Okay. So I'm that looks so white. I'm working and um as a ICU ICU. Look, this is bothering me. My skin is so dry. This is what happens. But amen. 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 One more time now. Amen. Okay, anyway, yeah, that wasn't cute. Okay. Okay, so I like I was saying, I waited to the very last minute to take the state board, and I was never a studier or anyone like that. So I'm working. Remember, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it right now. I'm just trying to get back on the group. And I only been talking for 9 minutes. So I'm working on cardiothoracic ICU unit. And this is a teaching hospital. So I'm getting all of a lot of knowledge, way more knowledge than in school. Absolutely 100, way more knowledge than in school. Okay, So as I'm working, my supervisor and everyone knew that they kind of know your test date because, of course, they want you to pass because they hired you. They'd invested this money in you. Excuse me. They'd invested this company has invested this money into you with your longevity. So they gave me, I don't know, maybe a week and a half off to go study for the test. Study? I just want to go take it. But okay, man, I'll take it because they gave you, I think they paid you for 1 week. They paid you for 3 days to stay off work to study for the test. Amen. Y'all know what I did. I just hung out, kind of had some drinks, and just kind of trying to figure out, like, am I going to pass, Lord, please? I don't know what to expect, but we done made it this far, so I'm not doubting, but I'm not that studying type. I bought all the books. I still got all the books, a lot of money. I barely opened them up because the minute I'm reading, I'm like, I already know that. Okay, yeah, I know that. And then, okay, so amen. So I don't remember the day that I took the RN state boards, but I remember the day of my results. So I'm driving to the place. This bitch 40 minutes away, okay? I'm like, Lord, I ain't studying. I don't know what to expect. This is like my whole life, because if I don't pass, what I'm going to do? Where I'm going to go? I'm living the lifestyle of RN. Okay, and then in the same aspect, it's like, you didn't get ready for this. You're not going to pass. How are you here? You know, that anxiety. But only me looking back, now I realize, like, anxiety. At the moment, I didn't, because I'm like, oh, well, here we go. Back then, at that age, that is really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I just didn't understand, like, but looking back, like, my heart is palpitating, and I can feel the uneasiness, like if I knew then what I know now, it would be a different response. I was so, like, God has always taken care of me, and it's just always been good. But at this moment, okay, anyway, let's go back. So I'm driving. I can tell you what I'm listening to. So y'all remember Kurt Franklin, God's Property? I promise, I remember. That CD is on repeat. God's Property. And I'm driving to go take my test. So I go in there, and you got these little booths or whatever. You got to show your ID. You got to sign in. I'm just, okay, here we go. I don't know what to expect, but I've been waiting to do this for it. I couldn't, okay, anyway. So they tell you whatever, you sign whatever, they keep whatever. You go back there. Okay, so this is how the state board worked when I was there. So you can get anywhere from 75 questions is the minimum. And I think it's let's say 365. I think it's a different number than that, but that's the max. And you get anywhere from the 75 question to a max of, I think, is it 3 hours? Might be 5 hours. No, it has to be like 3 hours. I'm not sure of the time. I don't remember. Anyway, let's say 75 questions minimum, and then the max is 365 questions, and the max time is, let's say, 3 hours. Okay. That's probably not the parameters, but we're gonna go with that for the sake of my story, so you can relate to what I went through. So I get all signed in, and I go in. So I'm taking the test. And then, so when you're going through school, it is obvious, like, they prepare you, whatever you're doing good in, in answering those questions appropriately, you won't continue to get those questions. They'll go to a different area to see if you know about this, because they want to make sure you're well rounded and you know about every aspect and grade you on that. Okay, that's just the basics. Okay. So I go in and it's a little booth thingy or whatever. Sign in and let's go. So I'm taking it, click. ICU, heart, lung, click. Oh, yep, that's it. Bam, that's it. That's it. Okay, so I'm clearing that. Those questions went away quick because I already knew, and I'm a good test taker. So we go to psych and pediatric. Psych, everything sounds the damn same to me. And psych, every med, it do the same. Everything is the same. It didn't interest me either, but everything's the same. Like just like with pediatric, everything is the same, and it really did interest me. So I'm sitting there and I'm taking the test, and I'm getting what? A lot of psych questions, a lot. And I'm like, oh Lord, and it keeps, and then what the test does, it kind of waves you. Like if you're doing, as you're doing good, your question get harder. As you're doing good, it gets harder. But then if you miss that question, it brings you back down to the easier. So it's trying to figure out, and as it's trying to figure out, okay, are you safe? You got to stay whatever this algorithm is in that computer. 60 minutes. Okay, so I'm going through this test and I'm already figuring out I'm not doing good in psych and I'm not doing good in pediatrics because I'm getting minimum ICU, cardiothoracic heart, and plus I didn't study that. That's my genre. That's what I like, and woot to woot. This is how long I was there. For one, I got every single question you can get on the test. So what was that? 365? And then towards the end, I had to speed up because time was about to run out. So I was there the whole 3 hours. It probably was like 6 minutes. People was coming and coming. At the time, I thought everyone there was taking RN tests, but I found out they were taking a multitude of different tests later because I left out of there crying. I was crying. I was boo-hooing. So I left there. I went in the morning and I left there. Then I drove over. I went straight. I was crying. I said, Lord, I failed. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got paid in bill. God, what I'm going to do. I drove straight to Torrance Memorial Hospital where I did one of my interns. I promise you the same exact day. And I went and applied for a CNA job because no matter what, I'm still in my things to do. I can't lose the roof over my head. What the hell? So I sure did. I went over there. I applied for the job. And they didn't recognize me because it had been a minute. Whatever. Until then, though, I could still work under my IP license until I get the results. I knew I failed. I just knew it. I'm like, there's no way. So you go back to work and everybody know you went and took your test. I was like, I was there the whole time. I said I had the whole test. And other people, I only had 75 questions and I passed. Other people said I had 125 and I passed. I said, oh Lord. I was the only one who had like the whole test. I was there the whole time. I just like, oh, amen. I kept working as long as I could. And, okay, so once you take the test, okay, so here's the other thing. So, of course, it's, I failed. I presumed I failed. And so what you look for, like the people, they took it way earlier than me. I was one of the last people to take the task. But people who had like 75 questions and they passed, it was like it posted right away pass, and then it posts on there quicker on the BRN board on that website quicker than you get the message in the mail. So I'm like, so they're getting their results and everybody like, yeah, I got my license and all of this stuff. And then I'm like, where you going? So by time, I don't know, it was like, I think it was like 10 days. If you pass, it'll post. I think it was probably 10 days. I'm not sure. I think for sure it was like an X amount of days. If you pass, for sure to be up on the website. Why everybody won't check mine? I ain't check yours. I wasn't here. So the first, so October 30th, me and my coworkers, we there. Look, Kyia, okay. Like say this is day 9. Let's check and see. Did you get anything, Mail? And I told them, I said, I already got a CNA job. I did. I said, just in case. I said, I don't know. I didn't feel secure. I felt everyone else was so much smarter than me and all this other stuff. So the 30th, nothing. So I work at night shift, so I go home, check the mail. There's still not in the mail. So I go to work on October 31st. And that's the very last day. If it's not posted on the website, for sure you're going to get something in the mail. You did. And you have to check after midnight. So, we're at work. Why everybody won't check my skull? Y'all just trying to clown me. I want to know too, but I don't want y'all to know if I didn't pass. So, I think it was, I want to say it was about 12:10 a.m. because it updated every midnight, it updated automatically. It doesn't update during the day. So I think it was like 12:10. Everybody did what they had to do. Everybody want to come around a computer to log into the BRN for me. And it was October 31st. And I said, okay, I know I didn't pass, but don't make fun of me. And we pulled that bitch up. I saw Kyia C. Smith. We was in there. Remember the church ladies? What? They was fan. Amen. I don't think nobody knew because they thought they was like, yeah, she's smart, but a bitch pass. Thank you, Lord. Oh my Lord. I couldn't believe it. But I could. Amen. I get a roof. I can keep working. Oh my Lord. Have mercy. Woo woo. Woo woo woo. In the oh my God. If that wasn't the happiest day of my life. And then later I got my official RN license in the mail, like maybe about 3 days later, my official number. And okay, so we're at 24 minutes. We gon' now go into and see how, remember the folk way back in season 2, I think. Remember number 1? This how he got back into my life. 84. This hell. How he got back in my life. I'm exhausted. Okay, so all of that happened. That was great. Amen. So remember, that was October 31st, 2002. My mom and Elle is in my life. It's, we're doing good. It's nice. It's nice. I'm not alone, and amen. My mom is living right across from her sister, and cool thing. So come that Christmas, and like I've said in the past, I don't celebrate Christmas in the traditional way of celebrating it. I believe, like, if this is Christmas, I mean, I don't want to go into all that. But anyway, I believe it's Jesus' birthday. We celebrate him. I don't get in all to the marketing of it and things like that. Okay, so amen. However, Stevie Wonder at the Forum always was giving, what was the House of Toys? House of Toys. And you buy your ticket, whatever. And I got something to share before this real quick. You buy your ticket. Oh no, not before, after actually. You buy your ticket and you bring an unwrapped, intact toy, brand new toy, to contribute to the House of Toys. But you go to the concert, and then this year when we went, it was like Tina Marie, it was Stevie Wonder, which he was very limited, but that was all good. And then it was it was a couple of people. So at this time, I make $25 an hour, and I can kind of, I wanted to go hang out and splurge on my mom a little bit. I love hanging out with my mom. My mom is hilarious. She's so funny, but she can be mean as a bitch too. But so I wanted to surprise her, and we're at 27 minutes. I wanted to surprise her, so I bought me, her, Elle tickets to Stevie Wonder at the Forum House of Toys. And then before that, Magic Johnson had opened up, I don't know, I think it was one of his first. He had the movie theater, and he opened up a TGIF in LA or in Baldwin Park, or in that area. I'm not sure of the name. Yeah, but there. And so I had led my mom to believe that we were going to go see the Lion King was it the Lion King? Yeah, I think it was the Lion King at the Anthem Theater or something. I forgot what it was. Because I didn't want her to know, because Stevie Wonder is her favorite artist, and I just really wanted to surprise her. I didn't take my car. I rented like a Mercedes, and this is what I did to her. This is so funny. So before I got there, I had said, Mom, get a little dressed up. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take you and Elle out to dinner, and then we're gonna go see a play. I think I told her the Lion King was on Broadway. I don't know, whatever the play. And then and I told her we're gonna go to TGIF and stuff. So, and I said, I'm gonna come pick you up, so be ready. So I lived in Taurus, so I drove to her house, and at this time, I didn't tell you guys at this time, but I did have a blazer. I had one of the blue, the blazer 1980, maybe 1990 blazer, I'm not sure. And she knew my car at this time. So I went up, and she was all ready, and she was so excited, and she was dressed, and we looking cute. So me, her, and Elle, we come downstairs, and I'm looking, and then she's like walking behind, in front of me, and she looking, and I'm looking. She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Where's my car?" And she looking, she's like, "Where is your car?" worked up. And L, he just kind of just standing there like, whatever. And then I'm like, and I started smiling, and I looked at Elle, and I said, Mom, don't worry about it. We'll just take this Mercedes bike right here. She said, I'm going to kick your ass. She said, I'm going to kick your ass. She said, something to do with that. She said, I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm about to have a heart attack because where you going? She said, you got your, she didn't say this, but you know. So anyway, so we get into the Mercedes and we are, you know, and I'm just kind of trying to treat her or whatever. So, okay, we're at 30 minutes. So we go to TGIF, Magic Johnson's TGIF. And as we're sitting in there eating, Elle and my mom is sitting on this side. I'm sitting on this side. So Elle starts singing Stevie Wonder songs like, isn't she lovely? Because he trying to hint to me like he know where they're going. And I was like, why are you singing Steve? And I knew what he was doing, but he, you know, I'm a little bit of a good actress. And I said, why are you singing Stevie Wonder song? He said, we know where we going. And I said, you know what? And my mom, she cheesing. She ain't saying that, but she cheesing. And I said, I knew y'all was going to think that because the Lion King and Stevie Wonder thing is on the same night. And I said, I had already bought the Lion King tickets. And then I realized the Stevie Wonder thing was on the same night. And I said, bet they gonna think we going to the Stevie Wonder thing. And I said, no. And I pulled it up. Wait, I don't know if I pulled it up. No, I couldn't because it wasn't like that. But that was my story. I said it. And then my mom, she's like, oh, we're not? I said, no. I said, Mom, I know. I said, Mom, I didn't even realize the Stevie Wonder thing was going on to after I bought the Lion King tickets. And remember, you really? She's like, I know, yeah. She said, that's going to be good too. I said, okay. So, L, he's still kind of unsure, but he's like, he stopped singing Stevie Wonder songs. So, one of the waitress, I promise you, one of the waitress that was working at TGIF, she came on, she's like, Kyia, and I'm like, yeah, hi. I said, Monique. It was a friend that we grew up with Ford, number one, and his sister Gail. We were all going to the same school and all this stuff. I don't even know, did I ever tell y'all how I met? I had to. I forget. I'm like, okay, anyway, you gotta go back, and if not, I'll update it. But anyway, so she's like, girl, I'm still in touch with Gail and all that. I was like, what? I said, I haven't talked to Gail in years and with the woo. And she was in our service. So she said, here, give me a call. And she gave me her number. I said, I will. And I used to keep her little son. I can't think of his name. Anyway, so she, went about her business and gave me her number, and I put it in my purse. So we got all done. So we're walking out to the car. So my mom, she's still excited, but I can feel it. She's just like, dang, we really not going to see Stevie Wonder in the House of Toys. And she already knew. I'm sure she, however, knew who was going to be there. And I could tell she was down somewhere, walks to the car, and I'm kind of acting like, ooh, my shoe, and something, and her and Elle are walking in front of me. So Elle is going, I don't know, my mom was sitting in the back seat or whatever. And then I said, oh, Mama, my shoe. I said, it's really bum. I said, I bought another pair of shoes because I knew I wasn't going to be able to walk in these. So she said, well, why are you telling me this? And then I said, oh, can you help me, Mama? I said, oh, I think I'm a little tipsy. I wasn't. I said, I'm thinking. And she said, okay, because she disappointed. She said, okay, what? And I said, this is the button, because remember, we're in that Mercedes. I said, oh, can you push that button? So she pushed the button to open up the thing. And she said, what? Where's the shoes? And she's moving toys out the way. She said, where's the shoes? I said, dang. I said, maybe they're in the back seat of the car. And she just looking, and then Elle come up. He like, I knew it. Isn't she lovely? And he starts singing it again. And then my mom looking at him like, what are you talking about? He's like, why she got toys in the trunk? She's like, we're going. I was like, yeah, we're going to see Stevie Wonder. And she's like, oh, she got all excited. We were all hugging and jumping. It was just like the greatest surprise for her. She was so excited. She started taking the toy. She said, are we going now? I said, yes, we're going now. So we end up going to the farm, and we had such a wonderful evening. It was so much fun. My mom was so excited, and it felt really good that I was able to, give that or share that moment with her, knowing how much she loved Stevie Wonder and Juss, and then Tina Marie with her code and all this other stuff. But anyway, okay, so we're at 35 minutes. We'll pick it up again how old number one came back. My real life according to me. Just Kyia. I'm looking for the button. Let's do what? Encourage. Nope. Let's inspire, encourage, and challenge each other. I guess Layla didn't steal the chunky monkey. She didn't steal it from me because she out. Okay. Come back for episode 3. Tres.